Happy Tuesday.
Welcome back to 13 days of
Halloween. And what day are we on? We had two videos come out over the weekend if y'all missed it. We did a bow and a sign.
We're on day 6.
Day 6. We're halfway through.
Yay.
Which I don't know why I'm excited because I want Halloween to be
You don't want it to be over.
No, I want it to happen all the time.
Absolutely.
I love it. So today, if you guys didn't notice, I have if you know who this is, drop a comment.
Drop a bat emoji if you know who these people are.
I'm really curious to know because I feel like, I don't know. Sadie, do you know who the people on my shirt are? Sadie's not as into Halloween as us.
Don't say it.
Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm obsessed. It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
I'm so excited for that new Netflix show to come out. That you told me.
Wednesday? Is it called Wednesday?
It's called Wednesday.
Listen, Wednesday Addams is my spirit animal. I mean, I just love her.
I know.
So, anyways, today we're going to be doing a really cute fall-inspired craft with you all. It is, if you've been around since the 70s, you're probably very familiar with the cane webbing trend.
And I feel like I tried my best.
You did!
I tried to dress accordingly to the decade.
I feel like I dress like this all the time, and so I didn't mean to not today, but it's okay.
Yeah,
you look cute, girl.
So, the cane webbing, but this goes to our OG paper crafters, too.
Oh, yeah. This is all paper. Yeah. So, the whole thing is paper, and initially when we had the idea, we were thinking about doing it out of basswood, and it was just too intricate, a little bit too intricate. And we thought, well, we'll use, me and Courtney tried the wood cardstock. It's like wood. I should have brought it in here. And that was just also like super expensive. And so we thought we'll just do it with regular cardstock.
And then we also come across that wooden pumpkin at Dollar Tree. That already had the shape we were wanting, but we were going to put the cane webbing design on the pumpkin, but then you wouldn't have been able to see through, which is the whole thing with cane webbing, is being able to see through it.
Right. Yeah. Which it would still be cute, and we might even make a TikTok with the cane webbing on that MDF pumpkin from the Dollar Tree, because it's big. It's like a big, substantial size, and we could put it with the one that we make, or the one that we've already made. So, anyways, so we're going to be learning how to do that. Should we announce the winner from the giveaway from yesterday? Do we have it yet?
We do.
Okay. Let's see who it is. This is for the Lynn Lily hot glue gun.
Okay. So, for our Lynn Lily hot glue gun, our winner from yesterday is Sherry Beauchamp.
Woo-hoo! So
congratulations, Sherry. Let's see if she's in here.
Yeah, Sherry, if you're there, let us know. And we're going to be doing another trick or treat spin the wheel today. So we're going to be doing that towards the end of the video. If you guys are interested, you need to stay around and make sure you're commenting and interacting with us. That way we can actually pick you to win.
Yeah,
absolutely. Unless we get a trick. And we got a trick. I prepared a trick yesterday, so I'm going to have to trick you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to start preparing these tricks so that you can get tricked.
Girl, get on it.
You can get tricked. We also have another special announcement for later on today. I think this is kind of like a pop-up surprise kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Tanner briefly talked about the How to Start Selling Your Crafts in 30 Days course that he opened the doors for them. I think the doors officially open today. It is probably one of our best, it's like, I don't want to call it's not a full-blown course. It's more like
he says it tells you the who and what of selling your crafts.
Yes.
Or the what and why, I'm sorry.
But it is honestly one of the best deals that we have because it's our $27 course.
This is the little booklet that you get whenever you sign up. And there's even a calendar in here. This gives you, if you're not a structured person, and if you're a crafter, you're probably not a structured person,
That's me.
Yeah, me too.
My brain is everywhere all the time with creative energy. So like getting the structure down is very, very hard for me.
Yeah, like just that little tidbit can be so helpful. So everything is planned out. I mean, there's things like your why. Identify what you make best. So there's lots of different things in here, picking your business name, things like that. And he walks you through step by step on how to do all that.
Yes.
And it's only like, what, $27? $27?
So he is going live today at 3 o'clock. It's a kind of like a, I don't want to say pop-up, but kind of like a pop-up that he's doing today at 3. So don't miss that out. The link is pinned. That is what we have going on today, our special for today. Sadie has dropped that, and make sure you grab your seat. Click on that link. That link is going to take you to our launch page for this. You are going to sign up now. It is $27, so definitely hop on that. If you plan on selling during this holiday season, which the holiday season is hands down the best time. Like the way that I see it, this is $27. You can pay $27 right now and hopefully can get you jump started to at least selling a few things.
Right.
If nothing else, to cover Christmas gift costs.
Right.
And imagine being this holiday season, this Christmas, whatever, and you don't have to put anything on credit. You don't have to dip into savings. You don't have to go without.
Like this can be your spend money for your Christmas gifts.
Exactly.
Like, and we're going to help you identify the things that you're going to want to sell and the things that you enjoy making. And while you're enjoying making crafts, you're going to be able to sell them. And then all that money is going to go straight into Christmas presents.
Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to Gail and Renee. They both said that they got their seat reserved this morning. Congratulations.
Yay, that's exciting.
And Lindsay, I don't think that there are limited spots, but it's only going to be, I think it's open for 7 days starting today, and then his webinar is in 7 days.
Yeah.
So it's a very limited time before the webinar. So the webinar will be next week.
Yes.
On the, let me think, is it the 13th?
Oh, I would have to look.
Let me see. Give me just a second and double check.
And then if you can't be there on that exact day, it's going to be available for you to look back on, so you can watch it like the next day or whenever you're available to watch it. So
yes.
Let's see. So it says seven days. Is that what it said?
Yep.
Let's just go to the date here. So we're at the 6th. 1, 2, 3.
The 13th. Yes, it is the 13th.
Yep.
So, or is it the 14th? Y'all don't listen to me.
It's like 7 days and so many hours. But just make sure you get signed up because you don't want to miss it. And it's going to be very, very informative. Oh, do we have it? We've got it?
No, it's not on here.
It's okay.
Okay.
We'll follow up with you guys.
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that in a minute.
Also, I feel like I'm sitting weird, but it's because there's a crack in the seat and I have shorts on and I'm so scared it's going to pinch me. So I'm like just sat just so like I can't get pinched because I have got pinched on the back of my legs before. Yeah. Okay.
So are we ready to hop into the craft?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to go to the craft table. Okay. Hello, everybody. So if you didn't see the thumbnail, this is what we're going to be making today. This is entirely out of cardstock. This, like, it blows my mind. When you see me moving it, you can tell it's a little bit flimsy. Like, it looks like paper. It doesn't look like wood. But it looks like a little wooden decorative shelf piece, I guess you could say.
I'm literally obsessed with it.
Me too. It's probably one of my favorites, like top 3 for Halloween projects.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's so cute. But there are some very specific ingredients that you're going to need for this. So let's go overhead and I will show you all what you're going to be using today to make this project. So I'm going to be giving you guys quite a few tips. This project is super easy, but there are a few little tidbits that are important for you all to know. We're not just going to go in there and start cutting any old cardstock. There's a few different cut settings that we're going to be using that are different from the usual. But we're going to be using this this Recollections cardstock paper. Now, somebody else on the YouTube recommended this for cutting intricate designs, and obviously this cane webbing is very intricate. There's a lot to cut, and it takes a minute. It's a labor of love on your Cricut machine. So this is the 12 by 12 Recollections paper, and this is like in all of the neutral colors. But today, this is also Recollections brand.
So this brand is very, very important for this. We have tested lots of different brands, and this one is really just a high quality, good cardstock.
Yes, and I want to say it's like the word has lost me. Like the not wafer. I don't know, like whatever it's made up of cuts better than just any old random cardstock paper. Right. I don't know if it's the way it's made. The word has left me. But anyways, we're using neutral colors today. So all of these like super tan, beigey browns, that's total 70s vibe if you're asking me. And then you are also going to need a brand new mat. So I'm using a light grip brand new mat. I think this is brand new. I mean, it's looking pretty new.
It was new when I gave it to you this morning.
Okay, well, it's still new. I haven't used it. I used a different one to cut out there. So this is a brand new light grip mat. This is the Dew Halo or Dew Hollow. These are on Amazon. You can use a Cricut light grip brand new mat. I would not recommend a strong grip because we're dealing with a lot of delicate pieces, but standard or light grip is probably going to be good for you. I've got a brayer. I've got this Crafter's Precision Glue, very important. So this is the fine line glue, and you guys can see, well, it's already starting to come out, but this is just a very fine tip glue. You're gonna need that. I tried to use, I think the first time I tried to use a HEG gun, that is not the way, okay? I'm not well, I am now, but I was not an experienced paper crafter when I started using the HEG gun, and I thought I can use it for any paper craft. But you need something very, very delicate to go in between all of these little holes. And then I've got a stylus, which I brought this in here because this is for any of our Explore users. So we're going to be actually using the single line scoring wheel on our Maker 3 today. But I wanted to bring in the stylus because if you have an Explorer, you would be using this rather than this. So you're going to either need a scoring wheel or a scoring stylus, depending on what you're actually going to be, which machine you're actually going to be using. And then our last recommendation, we're going to be using a fine point blade, but we need you to put a new blade in. So these are cutting blades for, this one actually says, I didn't realize it ever said that Cricut Explore Air 2, Air 3, and Maker. But these are just little blades we bought off Amazon, and you need to make sure you've got a new blade in here. That way all of your cuts are crispy and they look good, and you're not having to like pull out little details out of the cane webbing. So let's go ahead and
I have some announcements.
Okay, let's hear it.
Announcement number 1. It is the fibers. The fibers in the paper that make it cut better. Number 2, it is official. The webinar is the 13th at 7 p.m. And number 3, happy birthday, Carol Stanford.
Oh, happy birthday, Carol! I was like, what's the third one? I don't know where this is gonna go. That's so funny. Okay, so glad we got that cleared up. The fiber is the word I was looking for in my brain.
Wafer is what you come up with.
Wafer, fiber. It's like the same ends. It's fine, you guys. Okay, so let's go over to Design Space, and this paper cane webbing, I don't want you all to feel intimidated because this is a Maker's Gonna Learn file. So if you're like, I don't want to make that, like that's a lot. It is a lot. And whenever we came up with the file, we knew it was going to be a lot. So we went ahead and made a file for you. So if you're a member, you can go ahead and make this craft today. If you're not a member, today's the day to sign up. So we're going to go Paper Cane Pumpkin is the file name. So I am just on the Maker's Gonna Learn website right now. If you're new here, this is our website. We've got all of our cut files and fonts. And when you become a member, you get access to all of this. So you all can see right here how cute. I'm going to go ahead and download that, unzip the file, and then we're just going to open the folder and pull it into Design Space. So I'm going to upload my image, and then you can pull this screen down and just kind of click and drag. We're going to be using the SVG because we're cutting. So you need the SVG. We're going to upload And then once it's in here, add it to your canvas. And then Lauren has been working on some monoline stuff this morning. There's like 8 monoline files.
Yeah, my bad.
They're cute. And then, so right now, whenever you pull this in here, everything is grouped together. So what I did, mainly because when you pull this in here, the functions aren't all what we want them to be. So I'm going to go ahead and ungroup everything. And what I mean by functions are, when you zoom in, we can see this little line right here. This is like our fold line. Right now, our fold line is set to cut. We do not want to cut in the middle of our pumpkins. So what I'm going to do is go up to operation, and I'm going to change that to score. And this is where the scoring wheel or the scoring stylus is going to come in handy. So I need to make sure that that line is a score line, and then this needs to be set on basic cut. Everything else is going to be a basic cut today. And then what I'm going to do is duplicate that pumpkin. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete these. That way I don't have to go into each pumpkin and individually attach and change the function and all that, because it's already done over here. So once you do that, we're going to go ahead and attach this cane webbing with our scoring line. I'm going to attach those together. And then I'm going to select the outline of the pumpkin as well as the cane webbing and that score line. I'm going to select them all and duplicate them until we have 6 pumpkins. So I need to click duplicate 5 times. And then it looks crazy, but that is literally it. Most of the time it's going to be cutting, you guys. So
that looks insane.
It does. It looks crazy. It looks crazy. But then let me go over to make it so you all can like see what the heck is going on. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. So you can see here, it's only going to cut 2 pumpkins at a time, which is nice because we've got the 8.5 by 11 paper. You don't need to mirror it, anything like that. It's going to cut it on 3 separate things. And I will just let y'all know, I timed it this morning and it's 20 minutes per mat. So this mat took me 20 minutes.
So let's just go ahead and say, this is a project. Yes, it's a paper project. We have had so many friends in our comments saying that they are OG paper crafters. They were strictly paper crafters before.
Yeah.
The vinyl became big because nobody was using vinyl at the time.
Yeah.
So their heart is still in paper crafting. We love paper crafting too. However, this is one, because of the intricate cuts, you're going to need to have something ready to do in the meantime.
Yes.
Put that Cricut in there, load your paper in your mat, press play, walk away.
I don't believe in walking away from my machine when it cuts because I don't trust. But
Well,
yeah, have something like, get your lunch ready, okay? You can sit and eat while it cuts because it really does take a minute. And it just looks so cute when it's done though. So I feel like it's worth it. But the other stuff, like our little stem's going to cut out on its own. Our pumpkins, they will cut out individually. And then we've got our little tiny leaf. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut one of these while we're, I actually cut everything out already and we're going to assemble it. But while we're assembling it, I'm going to let it cut. That way you all can see what it looks like coming straight off the mat. So I am going to get my, let's do, yes, this color right here.
Gail said this sounds like a rainy stay inside day project. Yes.
It literally is. This is perfect for that actually. So I've got my brand new mat. You need a brand new mat if you're doing this project. I mean, I haven't tried it on like a freshly cleaned mat, but I'm just going to recommend a new mat. The newest mat you have.
I think a freshly cleaned one would probably work, but it has to be like, so the thing with this is you can't have any kind of debris underneath this paper or these cuts because they are so small. They're not going to cut correctly. So that's why she says a brand new mat works best.
Yeah. And it needs to be like sticky enough so it's not sliding everywhere because you're like, I mean, the cuts are like, you know, because it's tiny. So I've got this on here. I braid it on here. If you've got a brayer and you were doing paper crafts, just get that puppy out. Make sure this is on there really good. If you don't have a brayer, just get one. They're too good. I love a brayer for every day. So I am going to be using the Maker 3 today. and we are using the Intricate Cut settings. Now they have this same settings on the Explorer if you were wondering, and it says cardstock for intricate cuts. That is the cut setting we're using today. And we have a new blade in our fine point blade, but we're going to be using the scoring wheel first. So make sure you're following your prompts in Cricut Design Space all the time. Honestly, if I put a fine point blade in here anyways, it's going to be like, you're wrong. So I've got my single scoring, what is it? Single scoring wheel. Yeah. I've got it in my clamp B, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Okay. Anybody have any questions yet?
They're all just saying, I've seen so many of our friends say, I'm making this today. Like, so,
oh, yay.
Well, if you, like I said, if you've been a paper crafter, most everybody has the reflections. Like, that's a really big,
it's old school
cardstock for our paper crafters. So,
yeah, that's awesome. Patty says, I have the cardstock, but in different colors. Listen, I would love to see this like in an orange or even like
bright color.
Yeah, like a turquoise. Oh, I would love it. And you could add a bow.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could add a cute little bow on here. Okay, so it's finalizing, and then it's about to do the scoring, and it's just going to score a big old line right down the middle. Here we go. There we go. And then we won't actually remove the mat from the Cricut. We're going to replace the blade. In Design Space, you can see it says load fine point blade into clamp B. So we're going to remove our scoring, and we're going to replace it with our fine point, and go ahead and put it in there, and then press play. And that's going to start cutting. That's going to take 20 minutes. You can time it yourself. It's like 20 minutes and 36 seconds. Bet on that. I timed it. Well, I timed it and then forgot about it a little bit. But it's about 20 minutes.
Okay, so we need to talk about real quick.
Okay.
The difference between the scoring wheel and the scoring stylus.
Okay.
So if you are using a Maker or a Maker 3, you have the ability to use the scoring wheel.
Yeah.
Can you use the scoring stylus if you don't have the scoring wheel?
I think so.
I wish we would have gone into edit tools. You would have to put it in the pin setting, and it would go in the
in that clamp A.
Clamp A.
So after this cuts, if we can remember in 20 minutes, we'll see.
We'll test it.
We'll see if we can edit
I'm pretty sure you can. But if you have an Explore series, the scoring stylus is the only thing that you can use.
Oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't have the other option.
We had someone ask if we liked the scoring stylus or the scoring wheel better. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I've only ever used the scoring wheel. I think I might have used the scoring stylus once, but I don't, not enough to know like really
what
have a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The scoring wheel is very helpful though whenever you're doing paper projects like this and you need a good, clean, sharp line. But I mean, the stylus, that's what it's made for too. So it's really just going to depend on what machine you're using. Use what you have, but we'll check those settings and see if that's something that we can do.
We've also had so many people that have said they didn't know that there was an intricate cut setting for cardstock.
Listen,
Linda.
I didn't either. And Courtney's like, cut it on, which Courtney is like a tried and true paper crafter. And so she knew. She was like, cardstock for intricate cuts. And I was like, excuse me, what? Like, I didn't realize that there was an intricate cut setting. So that's awesome, because now you guys have, and I know we've got tons of those 3D shadow boxes that you do with cardstock on the Makers Gonna Learn website. You can use this cut setting for those specific type of projects because they are intricate cuts. So pretty handy.
So there was something that was brought up, and I bet you money you could, because we've had people that said, I've used a scoring stylus in the Maker 3, works fine. Listen, I have no doubt that it works fine. I bet you could put the scoring stylus in clamp A and your fine point blade in clamp B. Go to change your tools and change it to a scoring stylus and not even have to stop it.
Like it would just do it on its own. I love that. Makes the process a little bit smoother. Okay, so whenever, I'm going to show you all what these look like when we first pulled them off the mat, but I went ahead and cut these. Otherwise, we'd be here for like an hour and a half, and I just don't want to do that to y'all. So we've got all of our little shapes cut out. We have our outlines cut out right here. And so I want to talk about this file in particular because it looks symmetrical, but you need to make sure like the top and the bottom are lined up correctly, because there is a top and a bottom. Even though they look symmetrical, they're like barely different. So you want to make sure that you're lining these up, because what we're going to be doing is basically stacking a side together. So we're going to stack this side together, and then we're just going to keep working our way around. So what I would do, I'm just going to start gluing it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So you're only going to be gluing 1/2 at a time. I'm not going to cover this in glue. I'm only going to be gluing 1/2 at a time. And I'm using, this is the Fine Line Crafter's Precision Glue. And so this is so handy, you all. Oh my gosh. And actually, we could probably just kind of go right. It comes out pretty quick, so you don't want to go crazy. But you can get all into these crevices. That way everything is super tight and glued down. And this doesn't, I mean, it dries fast, but nothing, like it's not like hot glue. It's not going to dry like immediately, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna put this everywhere. And it might be good to go ahead and match up like which side goes where. Yes, Courtney came in. Courtney came in, she said, don't forget your frames. We need to put our frames on. We'll glue this side together and then we'll put our frames on. So before you actually glue your pieces together, you're gonna wanna put your frames on. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish gluing this up.
So Beth wants to know what kind of glue that we're using because she missed it.
Oh, it's the brand is AdTech Crafter's Precision Glue, and it's the Fine Line. I want to say it's linked below.
We got it at Hobby Lobby. I know that one day. Me and Courtney did.
Super handy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. Since I went ahead and put glue on this, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gluing this side to here. We're just gonna line it up as good as we can. And I'm just gonna sandwich it together just like that. What I did not do first is put our frames on. So this is gonna be a lot easier if you put your frames on first, and that was my mistake. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and attach these frames to this side and the other side.
And the inside.
And the inside, yes. Well, the inside one will have another one with a frame on it, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
So I hope I didn't confuse you all. I totally did not mean to do that. Okay, so I'm
basically just put your frames on first.
Put your frames on first. Like what I should do is go through here and put frames on each of these before we even do anything. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm just putting glue all the way around the edges. And this is just for the frame. Okay. And the frame is not scored, but we can just bend it to match up with the pumpkin. What, Lauren?
Oh, I was just saying that the part of the paper, like the frame part, is so small that you don't have to score it.
Right, yeah, it's just like a very small area that we fold it. And when I did that one, it didn't line up great, so I'm gonna flip it around. I think I had it upside down. And whenever you get this, whenever you all do this craft, you're gonna be able to see this top area right here is a little bit flatter as opposed to like this is rounder. So just make sure you're lining up the rounded edge and the flat edge. Okay, I'm just lining this up, making sure everything's stuck down really good.
So while she's gluing that down, I want you guys to drop us an emoji if you have made one of the following crafts so far, or if you plan on making one here in the near future. So drop us an emoji if you've made one yet. Let us know what you made. If you have made one and you are dropping an emoji, tell us what you made. I love hearing and seeing what you all recreate.
I know. And then yesterday we did the bat, and it was like the interchangeable fall and Halloween garland. If you all missed that, you need to go watch it because it's so cute. And it mixes, I would say it mixes Dollar Tree with Hobby Lobby stuff.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was trying my best to get it all Dollar Tree, but like I said yesterday, that garland, it was one of those things where
sometimes it's cheaper.
To buy all of the wooden beads to put on that garland, it was cheaper just to go buy it at Hobby Lobby. And we also had one of our friends that told us that the fall stuff at Hobby Lobby is 50% off right now, so you can get that garland, I think, for like $4.99.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang. That's cheap. And then the macrame string was Dollar Tree.
Yep.
And if you've already got felt, like, or even if you've got pleather laying around, you can just go for it. So I'm trying not to make this super thick on here. I'm doing like
We have so many friends who have made stuff or planning to make stuff.
Oh, good.
I love seeing it.
Yeah, post a picture. We want to see it. I love to see what everybody does.
Yes, if you are part of the Makers Gonna Learn family and you are in our Facebook group, drop us a picture there. I've literally been going back through our Facebook group like every single day. I've seen all, I've tried to get caught up on everything else you all are doing. Love seeing it. But I've not seen any following crafts.
I don't know.
Yet.
I haven't been this week. I haven't checked yet. But now I need to. Like now I'm like, wait, am I missing you all posting these? I love to see it. And then we had, we've got 2 recorded videos that'll be coming out this weekend, and they are, what do we do? A welcome sign and...
You did the door hanger sign, and then I'm doing the doormat.
The doormat.
Doormat and door hanger is this coming weekend.
So cute. So I'm just gluing these on, y'all. And then, so I have 2 left over because I should have put them on before I glued these 2 together. So I'm just going to glue them on now. Okay, we are getting places, and you guys can tell that this piece is still cutting. This is only for the first mat. Does anybody have a timer on it?
No, I do not. But this is something like once you get the first one cut, you can be assembling
right
while
weeding.
It cuts. Yeah,
because whenever you pull it off of the mat, if you have a new mat, most of the innards of this will stick to your mat, so you don't have to do a ton of weeding, but like these little pieces like to stick. And actually, I'll take one of those straight weeding tools. I wonder if we have one. I think...
Do you need to go get something?
No, it's okay. I don't really need one because my stuff's weeded. You can either take just like a weeding tool, and you can go in here and poke these through and then kind of scrape them off the back. Or if you've got the straight one, like the weeding tool that goes straight out, that's what I used. And I went through and just poked all those through that didn't go and just kind of dusted them off the back. So I've got that side done, and then this is our last one. And remember to make sure you're lining up the round edge with each other, and then this flat edge also needs to line up. So just be kind of... There's a lot of little details in this paper craft, so you just need to kind of be mindful about it. Okay.
Gail said that she brought several of those wooded bead garlands yesterday, and she'll be making the pom-pom so that it's ready for gifting or selling. That is a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and pre-make it with either tassels or pom-poms, or really just have your basic colors with that on there. That way... if somebody wanted to just have like bats or ghosts or turkeys or leaves or Christmas trees or whatever, you could just whip up the stuff that goes in between those tassels super fast.
Yeah.
And you could be selling your crafts.
I love that.
Very quick.
I'm actually really interested in the dip dyeing. Someone was talking about dip dyeing those tassels.
Yes.
I want to do that. I think that would be really fun. Oh, look, we're at 68%.
Carol said
on one
look
of 2
back
passes.
and has been cutting for almost 13 minutes.
Oh, so Carol put a timer on?
She said that she went back. So
oh,
yes.
Okay. Cool. All right, so these are pretty dry, so that kind of shows you how fast this glue dries. Now, it's a little bit It's not completely dry, but it's getting there. It's enough to the point where we can fold these and attach them together. So we've got all of our frames glued on. All of our pieces are here. What we're going to be doing now is folding them like a taco. So you're going to take both of these, and remember, we have the score line right here. You're just going to kind of fold it right on that score line, and I pre-folded these, so it may make it a little bit easier for you if you pre-fold them before you attach the frames. So I'm just going to pinch this right along the middle edge right here.
So while you're doing that, we are, just to remind you guys, we are making what we call, this is our cane webbing pumpkin, and we are making it out of cardstock paper.
Yeah.
We had some friends that missed the first part, so I just figured we would touch on that.
Yeah. So on this, I don't know if you all can tell. I want to show you, but I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Okay, I'm going to show you anyways. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. So on the top, on these little guys right here, am I in focus, Sadie? Okay, on these right here, there's a tiniest little notch. There's the tiniest little notch right there. On this one right here, there's no notch, okay? So when I go to line this one up with this one, I want to make sure my notched end is matched up with the notched end over here. So let's look here. Sometimes you can see it better from the back. Okay, so this is my notched end on this one, and this is my notched end on this one. So what I'm going to do is just take 1/2 of each of them. I'm going to glue this side and this side together like a sandwich, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add glue onto this, and then I'll attach that one to it.
So Kathy asked, would there be a market for selling these? That is really going to, I think, depend on where you are at. Now, this is something that would probably be more or less at a craft show.
Yeah.
Obviously, these are not something that you could ship. With it being a paper, like a paper decor piece, I don't know. I think it's more of a, there may be a market for it. I'm not saying, there's always a market for something. Everything has a market.
Got to find your people.
You have to find your people, and you have to find the market that you can sell it at. The only thing that would worry me is the time that it takes the machine to cut these.
Like,
versus
your
how
markup,
much you would like sell them for. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I also want to add, because I was just thinking, oh, you can make them like a little bit smaller. I want to add that if you do try to make these a little bit smaller, you can only get so dainty with your cuts. So like the smaller you make them, the harder it's going to be for your machine to get those crispy lines. So if you make it any smaller, I would not go like, I mean, this is, I want to say, I didn't even measure this. What did you say? This is like 7 or like 5 to 6 inches right here. If you're going to want to do like a smaller one, these designs are going to be shrinking down, so it's not going to cut as clean. So I'm trying to think of ways you could cut back on time so that you could mark it up and actually make a profit on it, but it takes so long.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if you don't care, you know, if you're just wanting to make them, I think they're good gifts or good home decor, like in your own house.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I love it that way. So, okay. So we've got these two glued together. What I'm going to do next is glue another one to this piece. So this guy's just hanging out. We don't need him right now. So like I said before, this little edge has a notch. This one doesn't. So you want to find the notched end on your next piece, which is this end. So that means that I need the notched end to line up with the notched end, and I'm going to line those up right there, and I'll have to glue these together.
So Tammy made a good, if you have other projects that you are working on, I said it at the top of the show, but working on this while you are doing other things is almost a necessity because it does take so long for each of them to cut.
Yes.
So this is something that you load it in, you work on something else. If you're not comfortable leaving your Cricut, perfectly fine. Have something around your Cricut ready to work on.
Right. That way you're not just twiddling your thumbs waiting on
and you could make these bigger. If you had the 12 by 12 pieces of cardstock, you could make these bigger.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have to be this size. You can make them bigger. And that might even be easier for the Cricut to cut that cane webbing.
Yeah, it probably, I mean, the bigger, honestly, the easier it's going to be for it to cut.
Yeah.
I think. I would love to see this just a slightly bigger. Like,
Yeah.
have 2 size variations of it. I think it would look really good. So far, we've got this one and this one. And I'm going to do one more. I'm going to attach one more. And then we're going to put our stem and our leaf in there. That way, whenever we put the finishing piece on there, it's kind of sandwiched in between everything. And we don't have to go back and unglue or pull apart. So, I'm going to line up my notches. I've got a notch here and a notch here. So I'm just going to fold this. That one's about done. We're at 93%. The second pass is like
So
way
much
faster. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this side to this side. And you really don't need a whole bunch of glue, you all, because it will smush out the edges.
This is a really good question. While she is gluing that, Jill asks, in your opinion, what are the must-have blades / tips for a Maker 3?
Okay.
Obviously, you have to have your fine point blade. I mean,
Right.
it comes with it. It's a must. You're going to use that 90% of the time.
Yeah.
My next one would be my deep cut blade, which is a Explorer or Maker. Literally, I mean, those are probably the 2 most used blades in this office.
I'm a rotary blade user.
Well, okay, so adaptive tool, if you have a Maker 3, the #1 adaptive tool, that's where I was going. The #1 adaptive tool I would have, the very first one is that rotary blade.
I just feel like I use it for so much, more than I ever even thought that I would, really.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So those are my top 3. I don't know. I mean, the scoring one too would be, I guess, number 4.
If you're into paper crafting,
if you're
the scoring
paper
one is great.
crafting, scoring one is going to be a good one.
Okay, I'm gonna plug my stem in.
Okay, well, I'll be quiet while you plug your stem in.
So we have this twofer right here. This is just 2 of the pumpkin parts. These are gonna go in here. They're gonna go into our design. But right now, I'm wanting to attach my stem and my leaf. And the reason I'm doing it now rather than at the end is because if I go ahead and glue this in here, I'm gonna have to pull apart and wedge this in there, and I don't wanna have to do that. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and let me just make sure I'm putting this where I want it. So.
You might wanna lay that, can you lay that flat so they can see that?
Lay the pumpkin flat like this?
Yeah.
Does that help it?
Because all I'm seeing is from the top, it's kind of hard to tell what you're doing.
Okay. So this is my 3 that I put together. This is my 2 that I've put together. And I'm just going to be sandwiching this here, but I'm trying to make sure I'm putting this in the right spot. So I'm just lining this up for where it's going to go and seeing if that's where I want my stem, which it is. So what I'm going to do is just lay this flat. So this is, everything's just laid flat. I'm going to put some glue right there.
Allison asked, what's a good beginner craft to start with? You can always start making cuts on paper, like basic cuts.
Yeah.
Would be, now, that's not going to be a craft. That's just going to get you, I guess, acquainted with your machine.
Yeah.
What buttons to press, going in and looking at your materials. As far as a craft, the best beginner craft, I would say, is start by cutting vinyl and applying it to a surface. I would say a hard surface first, like a cup or a mug or something
Dollar
like
Tree
that.
mugs
Dollar
and just
Tree
regular
mugs
vinyl
are great. Now, if you're wanting to do HTV and you are a beginner and you're not confident yet, you can take like old scrap shirts and kind of teach yourself how to cut and weed HTV and try applying it to like scrap shirts that you have. We have scrap shirts laying around here all the time that we use to do a bunch of stuff.
If you mess a shirt up, don't you throw that shirt away.
No, you can
don't
use it for
you
so
throw
many
it.
other things. Staining, you can put it up in rags and stain with it. You can try if you're getting into sublimation. So I'm going to hush while you glue that down.
Okay, so I had laid this flat. I attached my stem, and then I just attached my leaf right over it. Be a little mindful of where your stem of your leaf is going. Now, you could probably bump this up so the leaf is sticking out more, but this is where I wanted mine. So I've still got this laid flat out, and this is the twofer that we glued together in the beginning. And I'm just going to add glue here and then sandwich this on here. And then once it dries, we'll just fan it back out. And that will be it. And Carol already said we're at 22 minutes on our cutting. And I cut these earlier with a maker. So I don't know if that matters. Would you say it matters? I don't think.
No.
It would be the same time between a maker and a maker 3.
Yes, April said Dollar Tree is best for beginners. Absolutely. Dollar Tree is the best. And really and truly, Dollar Tree vinyl is not necessarily our favorite vinyl. However, Dollar Tree vinyl is great to start learning to cut with.
Right, just to like get the settings down.
Yes. And once you get comfortable with that, you can start selling your crafts. And if you are to that point where you are ready to sell, make sure you sign up for our 30 days, how to start selling your crafts in 30 days. This is definitely something that you want to sign up for. Hands down, probably one of the best programs that for the money that you put into it, for the $27, time out, it's done.
It's done. What's the time,
on the
Carol?
timer. Carol, 25 minutes. She said 25 minutes now, so that's where we're at.
Okay, and you got to do that 3 times, so.
Good luck. So anyway, selling your crafts. Back to selling your crafts. Jump in on this $27 deal for the price. Hands down, one of the best deals that we have. Courses, it's great. You get this book, you can print it off. We do not ship these books to you. We have a 30 days, we have a calendar for you guys that you are gonna go through, asking your why, identifying what you are best at. You may be great at t-shirts, or maybe t-shirts are not your thing. Maybe tumblers are your thing. You're gonna identify what you do best and what you can sell. We're gonna plan your prices step by step, walks you through planning your prices, planning everything out, writing it down, picking your business name, building a shop, marketing. Y'all, you get it all in this $27 course. Make sure you click that link to get signed up. The course is September the 13th at 7 p.m. is the webinar. If you cannot make it that day, guess what? It is recorded and you can watch it later.
Which is great. I'm just, some of my glue was sticky, so I'm just like separating my portions now. I don't want my big head to get in the way. Okay, we're just separating portions and then standing it up so you all can see. We've got 6 flaps and that's it. She's done. Now it's still drying a little bit, so I'm gonna let that sit and dry, but that's, I mean, that's all there is to it. Which, now it went by pretty quick because I already had everything cut. And also we don't have a leaf on this one, so it looks a little bit different, but you can do it with or without the leaf. They're both cute either way. And I love it. I love how it turned out. This one feels soggy. Like this one, I know, but this one feels so sturdy. Like after it dries, they're yes. Solid. So does anybody have any questions? I'm going to bring these over.
Absolutely. So we did have some people that said that now with this course, you also get what Tanner is calling a pop-up Facebook group specifically for this course. We did have our friend Gail said that link was not working. We're going to get that fixed. So if it hasn't worked for you, hang on. We will get that fixed. We did also have people ask what the difference was between this and Design Make Sell. Now, Design Make Sell goes into
way deep.
Way deep.
Yeah.
Way, I mean, like you get into learning. I mean, there's a lot. It's like Design Make Sell is the full version. And this is just the short version to get you jump started. So, for example, Alicia and I, we just kind of decided, you know, last minute, we were going to, you know, sell some stuff on the side. This would have been what would have been great for us to start out with.
Right.
Because it's just a quick, we're going to do this, we're going to get it out of the way.
Like, let's get our toes wet, see what we feel, like what's going to happen, kind of thing.
And then once you do that and you decide, okay, I can see me doing this as a full-time thing, or I want to make this my full-time thing, then you're going to jump into Design Make Sell, because then it really gets into the meat of a business, how to run a business,
like a website, and Etsy, like everything. It's not just giving you the encouragement, and this is going to give you encouragement. It's going to tell you, like, it's your roadmap. It literally says it. It's your official roadmap
to start selling. Now, if you have Design Make Sell, that is, so we do have some friends that have Design Make Sell, but you still haven't started the process of selling. I don't want to say, I mean, I still think you would benefit from this. It is only $27, so I do think you would benefit from it. But if you feel confident, then, I mean, that's going to be a personal decision. But I still think that this is, you're still going to benefit from this.
Yeah. It's, if anything, it's going to be encouraging to you to kind of jumpstart if you've been on the fence about, like, oh, I've already got Design Make Sell. I've went through it, but I'm just not feeling inspired. Like, let this be it. Let this be your inspiration.
Absolutely. So I am, I can see this. Like, I can see, but it's just where it's just wet.
Yeah, it's just soggy. Wet. It's just soggy, but this one it's solid.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's
that
solid.
That glue.
It hardens.
Listen, y'all, get on that glue.
Yeah,
it's
linked for you guys below if you need it.
Yes.
And I want to say that one looks so, like, I mean, this one looks good, but you can tell I was just like,
in a rush.
Let me glue this up really quick. So, anyways, okay, lots of people are like really into our 30-day selling.
I know,
course.
I'm excited.
Well, yeah, me too.
Because it's a great one. It really is. So, does anybody have any other questions about our beautiful cane pumpkin?
Our little pumpkin. Should we spin the wheel?
Oh my gosh, we haven't spin
the wheel. Okay, let me grab it. Oh,
hit it. Get it.
Okay, here's the wheel.
You spin today, I've spun enough.
I haven't even spun before.
Well, listen, I spun yesterday and...
Okay.
I'm not gonna look, I'm just gonna let you tell me.
It's a trick.
It's a trick!
It's a trick! Okay, let's do the trick, and should we spin twice?
I don't know.
Just for a little razzle dazzle?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, here's the trick. I put it in here yesterday. Don't look, close your eyes. Okay.
I'm so scared. What is this?
I hate putting my hand. What is it?
It's hardened marshmallows. They're not
Oh,
soft anymore. They're
I put them in yesterday. They're hardened. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, should we spin again just for funsies? What do you think? I think we should. Okay.
But what if we get another twig?
Oh man, you're right.
We don't have another trick.
We don't have another trick.
Our winner for our Lynn Lily glue gun is Sherry Beauchamp from yesterday. We did have people asking.
Congratulations.
Is Sherry back? Is Sherry in here?
Have y'all seen Sherry? She's in here.
She is. She was not.
Hey girl.
Sherry. Hey girl.
Hey
you
girl.
won our Lynn Lily I was about to say glue gun.
That's hilarious.
Glue gun. Make sure you email hi@makersgonnalearn.com. So
exciting. I pinched my leg. If you guys see me sitting weird, it's because the chair pinches me.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Okay, are we doing it again?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Okay, ready? Ooh.
They're never going to let us spin this wheel.
Tree!
Yay! It's a tree! It's a tree!
Yay! Can I draw it?
Yeah, you've not got to draw yet.
I haven't. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, we gotta shake it.
Okay.
So aggressive.
You know, I'm just an aggressive person.
Oh man, I can't grab it. Hold on. Is that just one? Is that just one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's a 143 mystery box.
Woo-hoo!
Come on down.
143 mystery box.
I love a good 143 mystery box. 143 is 143 vinyl, obviously, if y'all didn't already know that.
Yeah.
That is like our favorite vinyl. They have lots of other things besides vinyl too. So we're gonna have a little mystery box for you guys. Love that.
We're kind of trying to theme it too.
Oh yeah, it's a little
themed for you.
Yeah.
Yay!
So awesome. Well,
so to win the 143 mystery box, if you want to come back and comment on this video, we will go back and we pick between live and pre-recorded comments.
Yes.
So if you're here and you've commented, you will be entered. If you want to comment on the after we're live, the replay, you can do that as well.
Yep.
That is going to be up to you guys. So I think everybody's excited for the 143 mystery box.
They seem like it. Yeah, very cool. Yay. And then tomorrow you're going to be hosting.
Oh yeah, I am either me or Tanner, either one. I can't remember which one, but it'll be me or Tanner will be hosting. We are doing a sublimation, glow in the dark sublimation tumbler.
I am obsessed. I love anything that glows in the dark. It's just, I love it. It's so cute too. So I guess we'll see y'all tomorrow at 12.
Oh, did you show? Oh, they wanted to see the paper coming off the mat. Can you show the paper coming off the mat?
I literally cut it.
You literally forgot.
Okay, let's go overhead. It's off. Can you hear me at all?
Here, take mine.
Oh shoot. Hold on. Hold the phone, everybody.
Hold ye horses.
Hold your horses. We're on the last moment too.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So, you guys hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know what accent that was, but you're welcome. Okay. So, this is the cut that we did earlier. Oh, first of all, it's crispy. Okay. So, I'm just going to pull this off. Can y'all see that? Can you see? And when I peel my paper crafts off, I like to flip my mat upside down and then pull it off this way. And you can see it's going to kind of weed itself. So just like that. And I just kind of take my hands and pull it off. And then you can see like all of this gets left on here. And then these pop out pretty easily. It does take a minute to kind of weed everything off, but that's it. I mean, that's all there is to it. And you can see these little holes right here. They try to stay filled sometimes. So that's when I like to take the weeding tool and kind of poke these through to the same side, and then you can kind of dust them off on the back. So that's how we do that. Any questions? Anybody? No? Okay. In that case, I guess we'll see y'all tomorrow at 12. All right?
Bye, guys.
Bye.